the War. My name is Kimmy. The purpose of this channel is to prepare you to love well and avoid abuse. Today's topic is why love is not a feeling and how that one truth can change your life. I've made a promise here at Worth the War to be content driven. I'm not going to waste your time, so we'll get right into the material. The one thing I'm going to ask of you is if you agree that by changing the way that we love and approach relationship, we could actually help a lot of people, please press the subscribe button. Pushing to get to 100 subscribers, and we would love to have you on the journey. Let's dig right into the content today. The first thing that I would say that we can change, that will completely change our world, is that we can stop describing love as an adjective and start seeing it as a verb. When we love someone, we are choosing to pour out to them. It doesn't happen to us. It's not against our will. It's something that we're choosing to do day by day. That puts us in the driver's seat, so we get to pick it. If you find someone very attractive, that's wonderful, but that's not love. It's attraction, and we have to be able to tell the difference. The second thing that we can do to give ourselves more realistic ideas of what love is and to actually make ourselves more satisfied when we're in it is to stop describing love as a need-meeting vehicle. When we think about how we describe love, we can find ourselves slipping into this idea that what they give us is actually what we're there for. So if they're really cute, they're really smart, they're really fun, whatever it is that is important to you, these kinds of things are need-meeting tools. What really stands in a relationship is, do you respect them? When you're with them, do you want to hear what they have to say and what they think because you think they're pretty intelligent? Do you find that it's all about need meeting, or is some of what you find attractive about them actually what you can give to them and what you add to their life? When you listen to the way you talk about something, you're going to teach yourself about what you expect from love and what you hold valuable in love. And maybe by flipping that over and realizing that what we really want from love is a community, is a connection. And if we start to value the ways that we connect to people, we are much less likely to be disappointed. If we start to value the way that we connect to people and what it is that we bring to their lives, we're more likely then to be extremely satisfied in our relationships because we have a more realistic basis for why we're there. The third way that we can change the way we approach love and completely change what we experience in love is by changing the role of self in a relationship. Nobody should deny that a sense of self is an extremely important part of any partnership. If you're going to have a relationship, you have to know what you have to offer to be able to connect with them. And we all know that if you don't have a strong sense of self, you're going to be more vulnerable to abuse. But the sense of self has to take a back seat to the sense of the we when you're in a relationship. You don't expect things to always be reciprocal. You can't always expect it's going to be 50-50, but you want someone who mutually is willing to set aside the self and to create a we, so that as two whole people, you come together as one. If you don't do this, then you're going to always be comparing how much somebody else is putting in and trying to put yourself first. And that long term doesn't create harmony in a relationship. None of that sounds terribly revolutionary until you lay it down to what actually gets said and done in the culture that we live in. When we look at love stories, very rarely do we find stories where people are encouraged to put the we ahead of the me. Very rarely do we find people who are encouraged to find someone they're compatible with and build a life with them. It's almost always about a magical tie. So when we really step back and we look at it, these practical approaches to love are absolutely revolutionary. And if we start to carry them out, and especially if we get them into the hands of people who are raising children, we might be able to avoid a generation of heartbreaks that we have seen happen over and over for the last 4 or 5 generations. I hope that you'll join us as we work to do just that. We're tirelessly working to get material out on so many different platforms so we can help hearts. Please again, press the subscribe button and join us. We would love to have you.